Facebook. Welcome everybody, and hi,
Hello,
Nikki.
everyone. Hi.
Hi. So
Oh,
how's the day been? So here in the Northeast, actually, I think it's the whole East Coast and the Midwest and the South and most of the United States is in a super heat wave right now. So
and
my
we're the
car,
opposite.
you're the opposite. Well, I ran to the grocery store and my car was reading 96.
Oh, Lord.
That's usually mid-August, not June.
And
You
I
know.
ran to the boiler and said, "What? The temperature doing so low?" And
Oh, so you guys are
adjusted
having a
the.
you're having a cold spell?
Yeah, it suddenly went back to being cold. Now it's not cold, cold, but it's where you could walk out to the grocery store without a coat. Not for the last 3 days,
Well,
4 days.
okay.
So
Well, people here are wetting themselves down. They are in bathing
I hear that.
suits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard
it's
that.
and it's super humid and it just hit early, I think. Nobody
Hmm.
usually it's a gradual and you get used to it, and this
Right.
was like boom.
That's what this did. We had gotten warmer, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden, surprise, the
Yeah.
next day.
And I
So
think we're in for a cooling trend next week, which is good. And
we're in for a whole bunch of stuff.
well, we'll
Yeah,
get into that. I just
yeah.
wanted to say to people though, we've already had one thunderstorm roll through. We didn't lose power today, but yesterday, the day before, we had torrential rains and we did lose power. So if I get cut off, probably, Mickey, you will be able to continue without me. I I
Oh,
don't know what that'll do to the live portion on Facebook. I have no idea, but just so people know that, it is a little bit unsettled here, the weather, and I don't foresee it happening before we should end anyway. So we should
right.
be fine. I
Well, we
see.
had a power out 2 days ago. Just all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, I'm sitting here on the computer, and the whole room went black dark because all the appliances were off, the TV was off,
Oh,
PC, everything suddenly went black. And you tend to panic, like I forgot everything I knew about what you do and going to reset the box and all that stuff. I thought about that maybe 6 hours after it all come back on.
uh, was it a neighborhood thing or was it?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Now all my equipment seemed to be fine, but I still have not heard anybody else mention it.
Oh, interesting. Because
And
it was 2 days
so,
ago that my power went out, but it
oh,
was it was a storm here.
oh,
Interesting.
yeah, I was just sitting here on the PC and there it went.
Phew. Well,
It's just strange times. So,
it is. Hey, we have a big shout out. Our Audrey is on. Hello, Audrey.
hello, Audrey.
So happy to see you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
today is summer solstice, and I'm looking at the clock.
yeah.
10, like 13 minutes from now is the official solstice start, right?
Right, right.
Um, oh, Audrey said she lost power last week.
Oh, did you?
So,
Okay. I
and
have been hearing about power issues all over the world, especially in America.
mhm.
And this was the first I've seen anything happen out of the ordinary here, but I'm hearing about it a lot and a
Yeah,
lot of issues about AI and all of that. There's a whole bunch of tech things happening, which is not
absolute.
surprising.
Right.
Mercury is doing its thing, so that's all your electronics. Uranus is all your electronics, so mind stuff. But more about that later.
Well, so it's the first day of summer. So it is the longest daylight of the year today.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Took
and it
my
was.
first paragraph. That's okay.
Well, and the reason we're
Yeah, it's the
doing this,
longest.
the reason we chose to do this today is because we have solstice, and then about 12 hours later, we're hit with the full moon. So
Yeah.
instead of waiting until tomorrow, which I had to work anyway, we decided to do it today so we can catch both of them.
Well, you've got in an A B system, you've got part A. playing out, and at the same time as part B and another system's playing out, and so the two A and B is happening at the same time.
Hmm.
That's cute, you know.
Cute, powerful.
Yeah, take a breath, folks, because you're gonna need it.
Well, Mickey, I think you should be up because let's hear about what's coming. What's going on? Because really this is also it's the beginning of the second half of the year, but it's
Right.
also a closing of the door and
Well, see, this is two second
receiving.
halves.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing second half in spades because this is the whole worldwide second half. A solstice is a split everything right down the middle into the two
Hmm.
halves, and the full moon is the second half of new moon, full moon. So this period is all about fulfillment ending, things playing out. Now, whatever, as you've heard me say before, whatever you've been putting out there, you're about to get it back. That's what this whole back and forth thing of yin and yang of new and full moon is all about. You have the first half where you're putting out what your wishes are, and the second half where you're waiting to see how much of what you asked to create is actually manifesting or started. It doesn't mean it's going to
Hmm.
happen. You might have said, I want to win $500 billion. That may take a minute. you know,
It might.
so it depends on what your goals were.
Hmm.
But we had a kind of strange message this time. I get led as to what I'm going to say and what I should be telling you all about pulling your coat. And this time I started to get it very early. I've had this message starting to come in for weeks. And then the culmination was yesterday or today. I have not been to sleep in 2 days. So the thing that was trying to come into my head was having trouble being clear enough for me to understand what it should be. So as with most things, you get a lot of different examples of what's trying to be said. So you can kind of hone in on, oh, it was that. Oh, I didn't realize when you said this and this. Okay, I didn't get it then, but now I got it. So it's that kind of thing playing out for literally the last 48 hours. Now, the shakeup is this. This is me personally. My whole thing has changed up drastically in terms of my spiritual development and so forth. It's been building a while, but this has reached a real, honest to God, high point where the things I wanted to understand about what Seth is saying to us in all those books, they're all saying the same thing. You got one message, you create your own reality. Well, it
Yeah.
took 33 books to do that, 35 books, whatever. Yeah, it does.
Hmm.
Because I've been studying it for 50 years and I'm just beginning to hone in on a comfortable way of really knowing I understand it. But that leaves me speechless. Okay, when folks say, well, what? What? Tell us, tell us. Well, the real gist of it is sort of what I alluded to last time about so what? Well, the thing is, you have a new way of looking at everything. You're looking at reality, you're looking at the everything of your life, of your existence. And as I look at it, I'm being taught to see it from the standpoint of all those millions of probable selves that I have, all those thousands, I guess, of reincarnations that I have. I'm getting an overview, and that's blowing my mind because it changes the texture of all my beliefs. I am looking at it from a different perspective. I'm looking at me, I'm looking at life, I'm looking at everything now through a different filter. And the filter is when you're really looking at eternity, when you're looking at your own um, lack of ending, when you're looking at the fact that you're infinite, that whole thing about infinity, that's really what I'm trying to get to. Yeah, we're too small to really understand infinity. There are a lot of things about reality that we're not going to get while we're here, even if we come a trillion times. There's some things that are limited from this perspective. We can get all the goody out of what we've got here, but it still won't be everything. There's billions of other truths in the universe. So we'll get those in whatever form we're supposed to be in when we get those. But you keep going up, getting more, getting more. You're becoming more and more aware of yourself being the speaker, the playback for this other being that created you in the first place. So the first thing it did was it desensitized every perception I have, because even the bad stuff that could possibly come up, my constant answer is yeah, and so what? Who cares? You're here forever. You're here forever. It's not going to end. Once you really do get it, I don't end. I go on forever. So if someone pissed me off this morning, do I care? If someone was really nasty and dangerous to me, do I care? The only thing it shows, it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with who they're busy being at the
Mhm.
time. And I can respect that. That's what you chose. That was the script you wrote. Fine. It has nothing to do with my script. Even if you have hurt me, even if you have cheated me, even if you have said something nasty to me, if you have loved me, kissed me, held me, been nice, no matter what it is you did, it's not my script. Now that's not easy.
Right.
At one point in my life, my daughter was kidnapped. I don't think I could have seen it that way then, but I
Right.
was in a different part of the script.
Hmm.
Now I can look back on it, and I've changed a lot of things I felt about it. I managed to take all the hurtful imagery out of remembering it. I don't get all upset when I think about it now, and many other things in my life. You know, the marriage that I just came out of through bereavement is the third of
Hmm.
three. So when I look back on those other two, I'm no longer pissed off at number two. That's saying a whole lot, folks.
Yeah.
That's saying a lot. So, but
Understand.
the thing is, it's not my trip. My part of the trip is over. I'm out of there. And I found something fabulous afterwards. So I'll just think about that. You know, more power to him. Number two is still there being number two. And
Hmm.
I mean that figuratively and literally. But anyway, it's just kind of who he is. But the thing is, my message this time, pulling up my little cheat sheet here, um, it's all about the cyclic nature of reality. It's about here and now, which means cycles, as interpreted through cycles. And the cycles that exist out there, they explain or give insight into what I call resonant loops in life. There are all these cycles or loops, and they have to have a certain vibration. Everything has its own vibration, so they're resonant. And my loop that I'm engaged in may be very close to yours. And so we resonate with each other. You can kind of get what I'm going through. I get what you're going through because our resonant loops match somewhat.
Hmm.
And depending on how many of those match, then we could be real close buddies, or if the loops are really out of phase, then, if one's going like this, but the other one's going like this, then we're not going to like each other too much, you know. So it's all about the frequencies and vibrations, which means you're talking about cycles. Every possible reality actually does exist and play out somewhere, sometime, in some realistic way, but it's not necessarily going to touch us. But don't think that there's any such thing as imagination. Now that blew me away when I got it, but yeah, the message that time was there is no such thing as imagination because what you think of as thinking up something is actually you tuning in to the resonant vibration of another reality that's out there busy happening. Okay? There are thousands of versions of you, and each one of them's doing something. They may all be walking across the street, but they're all doing it in a different place, wearing different clothes with a different step. Some are hopping, some are jumping, some are walking backwards, whatever. So if you're sitting there and you think about, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I was to hop when I was crossing the street? Someone of you somewhere just did.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
You can't come out of the mind of God. It's all there is. That's the only mind. So whatever you're thinking of as your mind is you still reflecting what your trip is about and reporting it back. That's the reality we see every day is what our report is. Our vibration for right then. This is who I'm being right now. Well, yeah, and there's a load of other ones of me who are reporting something different from where they are.
Right.
Okay. So one of the millions of yous living out incarnations, so to speak, because even incarnations is a touchy kind of definition. But anyhow, out of those millions of you that exist and are living out, one of them can even reach out to all of the others or any of them and get comfort and support and help and advice and whatever you generally want. That's what Kate was trying to tell you and share with you when she takes us through during our quantum jump. When we look for the doppelganger, we're contacting another version of us somewhere and saying, hey, you're doing something I need. Can I borrow that for a minute? I need to borrow that experience, you know?
Yeah.
So these are the things that have been playing out for me. Now, however, it's important to remember the way that Seth suggests we consider all our incarnational paths as scenarios that we have some control over. We did indeed make karmic contracts, so to speak. We wrote the script of this incarnation and we included a large amount of leeway so that we could discover the levels of power and experience that are hidden in little pockets all through the script we wrote. We didn't write just read this and don't veer from the script. No, we left pockets in there where at one point you stop and say, oh, let me consider this. Oh, let me think about it like this. And then you edit the script you had originally written and you write a new ending. You write a new drama act before the end or whatever. But it's all about you're in control. What do I mean you're in control? Well, didn't we just understand that everything in existence is God? And if you're God, then of course you're in control. Duh. you know, so you can't get away from your godhood. Religion, just as religion hints about how to attain certain ways to make a good life, and philosophy will talk about what you believe and think and talks about laws and how you control your reality through your law systems and stuff. But all of those are systems of thought paths. They're paths to choose among for a smoother sailing through each current now. So within the system I find myself in, I use my knowledge of planetary cycles to help me steer through the next few nows in good shape. Now, I'm saying it that way because the equinox is a big and important cycle. You may not have heart-stopping things happen that day, but it's as a cycle, it's a biggie. Knowing it is the starting gun on the impactful paths that are available that stretch forth for a long series of courses of action. And that's how you make your course corrections, you know? So it's all about the cycles being important to identify. And once you know that a cycle exists, then you learn as much as you can about it, because knowing the little facts and stuff, the hacks about a certain cycle, will help you get through it better. And of course, that means you're living a better life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
So I said all of that to lead up to the facts of astrology. And, we're talking about new moons and full moons and equinoxes and solstices and blah, but that's within a system. And that system is called astrology. Now, somebody else is going through the same system, looking at the same stuff, but they're only interested in the mathematics of all the distances and stuff of the cycles.
Right.
So they're the astronomers, you know? Um, Somebody else who's really concerned about who's controlling it all. Wait a minute, who said you could be in control? No, I don't like you controlling that. I'm going to do something about it. And you got your cops and all your law enforcement folks who want to look at it through, how do you discipline a system? How do you use discipline within a system? What do you do about it if the discipline is not respected, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So, religion, of course, has a similar type of thing. It's telling you a closed system of, we believe this, this, and this. Now, you come in here, this is what our operating system is. Can you dig it? If you can't, go find a different one. You see? So, each thing as we define it when it concerns our lives, it's all about which system are you talking about. And soon as you identify what your system really is, that what arena are you playing in, then you can start to understand the laws that apply to how to do well within that system and that resonance and so forth. Okay? That's where Seth comes in. Seth came and said, folks, not only did you not know that you're in control, you didn't know that you should go ahead and do it. A lot of us have read the Seth material. We say, ooh, that's so hip. Wow, that's cool. Wow, he was talking about this and this and this. But it doesn't go any further. So, to not use any of it to do anything, guess what? So what? I'm no longer functioning as a person saying you need to do this and this and read page so and so and get book number so on. I don't care. Okay? Because one of you somewhere has read all of them. And that may be why you know the name of it and you're dibbling and dabbling in it, but you're not necessarily completely committed. Maybe you don't need to be.
Right. Right.
So get off your own case. Stop harassing yourself about the books you haven't gotten to yet, or the meditations you didn't do yet, or the, and even the, okay? It's about you being accepting of the idea that you are God and you are the creator. We all look different. We're different little sparks from deity. And I've never seen two sparks flitting off of a fire that look the same. Okay? So this is my new space. And it's weird, but I'm digging it.
I love it. I love it.
you know, so pick something that turns you on about your life and then kind of zoom in on it. Look at, well, what is it about that makes me like it so much? Oh, if I added more of it, does that help? Or if I take some away, does that help? Or manipulate your reality, because you've already created it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about, what are we going to do to manipulate it and play with it? That's why the full moon is so important, because this is the part where you're going to get the goods. When you walk into the grocery store to buy groceries, the first half of however long you spend in there, It's just you building up to what you want to take to the desk to check it out, the
Hmm.
counter, you know? And until you come through that door with that basket, you haven't actually manifest the whole reason you left the house. So enjoy all the steps along the way. Walking from the parking lot, going in, you see the first counter. Oh, the fruit's over there. Oh, I got to remember to get the meats back there. And whatever. We're doing the same thing over and over because we're making choice. So all we're asking is that you become slightly more aware of the fact that you're making these choices. Now, what you want them to be, how long you do them, when you do them, blah, blah, all the rest of that I have nothing to do with. My only sole thing that I had wanted to create so much in this life was to help somebody see what it's all about. And first, I spent the first 50 years of that trying to see for myself, well, what is it all about?
Hmm.
So this is a new stage. And I can't wait to hear what Martin thinks about this. And what
It's interesting. I mean, and you have touched on this, right?
oh
Touched on
good.
it. I mean, for people to really have somebody's mind blown is think about another dimension
Yes.
where another you is sitting in a Jane living room with Seth
Yes.
still speaking
Yeah.
long after she really passed away in our dimension.
Yeah, and they're on their
Seth,
57th book.
right. Seth spent his whole the 40 years that the agreement was.
Right.
That there is another dimension that actually happened, and that he's still speaking today somewhere else that
Right.
you can tap into because you're there.
Yes.
You're there.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
and and Mickey talked about the, doppelgangers, and you can reach out to them and borrow energy from them, or their vibration, or however you want to call that. But they can also do that to you.
Yeah.
So you can opt to share with them your gifts
Yes.
that they may need for whatever reason, and help them out. And I think
I
we
had
do
one
that in our
show
sleep
up.
state.
Yeah, I had one show up yesterday. So and asked me to help. They
I
jumped. You
love
called it a reverse
a reverse.
quantum jump.
So Bert Goldman called it a reverse jump. So
Oh, okay. All
yes,
right.
and he has a little special one that he did. I haven't heard it in a long, long time, but when you described to me what happened to you, and I'm like, oh, that's a reverse jump.
Okay. I had never known that it was possible. I was so shocked.
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't quantumly jumping. Why am I picking up on that? Oh, this is the person. Oh, I'm really seeing it. And I was all confused. And then it said, but I came to you.
Yeah. And
Don't
and
worry about what you did to conjure me up. I conjured me up and I came to you.
yes. And when we do quantum jumping together, we are setting our intentions for a specific purpose.
Hmm.
Um, I believe, my personal belief is that we quantum jump every time we fall asleep, every time we get kind of hypnotized by driving or TV or
Daydreaming.
people speaking. It happens all the time,
Yeah.
but we're doing it consciously now, and that's the difference. And that's, I think Mickey was saying, the awareness that this is possible, that this happens. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Be aware and do it. And know that if you don't choose to do it now, another you is.
Yeah. And it's okay. In other words, get off your own case. If you do it, hooray. If you don't, hooray. You're still
Exactly.
being true to yourself because you are being a certain one. If you're not the one who went out and conquered and became CEO of Citibank, that's okay. This isn't the time you do that. So that's all right, you
Right.
know. So
But if
we
you
have to
want to,
live in joy.
but if you want to talk to her and get some advice, this
Exactly.
is the
We can
way
help
you
you with
do
your
it.
banking.
Or him, because we've also been men and women
Right,
intermixed. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I love it.
It's interesting as this stuff unfolds in your
It
psyche.
is. It is.
The
And
more
you
you
know,
read,
it gets deeper and deeper
yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
Like you think you got it, and then there's another level of wow.
Yeah. There's so many different perspectives and ways to look at stuff.
Hmm.
I'm just in shock.
Yeah.
I am freaked out every day.
Yeah. The other night, I had a vision of highways and
Yes.
obelisks and things like, and and they were as real as I'm sitting here in this room seeing it. Yet when I tried to look at it with my physical eye, it went away. So
Hmm.
I knew that I was, getting a glimpse of another place,
Right.
another dimension, which is
And
pretty awesome.
sometimes they pop in for seconds,
Yep. Yep.
you know, just hard to even catch. What was that? It's gone.
Yep. Yep. Now, this particular one stayed until I tried to move my eyes. Like, it's very just bizarre. That peripheral vision.
It's all bizarre.
It is. It is.
Life on planet Earth is a stone crew.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
really is.
God sparked us all over the place, and there is no limit to what we can do because there are no limits to God.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's mind boggling. It
Yes.
really is. But it's wonderful. And I'm intrigued.
It
You know, I'm
is.
in
It
love
is.
with life because it's so freaky.
You know, we've spent the first 6 months of 2024 setting intentions
Yeah.
and meditating and going on journeys and meeting our doppelgangers, and and we're going to continue that, but here for the second half, it's time to allow things to be received. This week for me, I have been wanting some work done on my house for years, maybe 4 or 5 years, and it got finished today.
I'm so glad.
Solstice, right? I am now gonna reap the benefits of 4 or 5 years worth of planning and wishing and hoping, and it has come to a culmination. So, like Mickey said earlier, it's not something that happened immediately. It took time, and it took a little bit of planning, and definitely I, had pay money out, so it's not like it just materialized. But it
But
was it was beneficial and helpful to many people.
it looks wonderful. It does. It's just so nice to see it there. It's for reality. That's great.
It is. It is. And everything is perfect. So, uh, and this has been a difficult 6 months as far as astrology goes, and
Yes.
things are falling into place. And when, Mickey touched on this earlier too, she said you're getting back what you put out. And all of us here that listen to the Speaking with Kate, we're putting out good feelings, good
Yeah.
vibrations. We
Hope
are
so.
caring for others. We are, even though it's not our script, we're a bit part players in other people's scripts, and we're supportive of them. And you get that back. I mean, what a tenfold, right? When you're,
Yeah. At least
yeah.
10 billion.
So it's just it's a wonderful time that we're in. It's a scary time. It's a exciting time. I mean, it's everything.
I've
And
even done some things lately where I talk to a particular organ because I want an isolated group of cells that I'm talking to. So I'll
nice.
pick the ones in this organ. Next time I'll talk to these. And But when you think about it, every cell is a little consciousness and they're making decisions, living its little life and doing stuff. So it sounds crazy, but it's interesting how it plays out in your day.
Well, I want to give a shout out to Audrey's family. Hi, enjoy your dinner.
Hello.
So Audrey, Audrey typed, "This is so cool. My family is listening while we're eating dinner."
Oh my God.
Now, this is dinner talk, I guess. We've never done it this late before.
That's true.
How
Sorry for the
fascinating.
inconvenience, folks. I forgot about that. We are later and we're interrupting everybody's evening hour of family time.
Right, it's 11 minutes after 5 right now on the East Coast. So this is dinner time for people. But, I'm so happy, Audrey, that your family is listening along with you, and I hope they don't think we're too woo-woo.
Hello, peace.
Oh, she
Ah,
said mines are opening.
oh, that's nice.
Thanks,
It's
Audrey.
this is the first time
Meaningful.
I've ever heard of a family listening to Seth things together at a certain time. That is so cool.
It
I'm so
really,
proud of you, each
yeah,
of you.
yeah,
Thank you so much for having your mind open, no matter how wide.
yeah,
It's
that's
the
right.
fact that you're doing it
Even if it's a
together.
crack, that's okay.
You have changed the balance on the planet.
And
Your resonance.
To Audrey's family, we love her. She is so special
Oh,
to
yeah.
us.
She belongs to it. I bet you thought she was yours. Ha ha ha. Up for now.
I bet she's blushing right now.
Probably.
I can just feel it. She says, never in my family. Big smiles at the table.
That's
Nice.
wonderful. Well, I
Nice.
hope you all really, really enjoy your time together and decide to do it again sometime. Not necessarily
Absolutely.
with us, but with each other to
It,
talk
yeah.
about these things and, open up. But we're tickled to know you're here.
Yeah, and
Made
Audrey,
my day.
yeah, it made my day too. My goodness.
That's
Um,
great.
yeah, this just makes me feel like sometimes we do these things and these are reasons why. This makes it worthwhile. Thank you so
This is
much for
why we
sharing
do it. That
that.
made my day. Literally, literally, literally,
So
it
she
really
has
did.
been sending ha ha laughing bubbles. Now she's sending love heart bubbles up
Oh,
through.
that's great.
Yeah, I love it.
Well,
I
it's
love it.
this is a first, and it's a real high for me. I
It
love it. I
Me
love it.
too. Me too. And of
Yeah,
course
thank
it
you.
had to be Audrey.
Thank you, each one of you, because
Yeah,
you all contributed to helping Audrey bring us to a new high.
absolutely.
Yeah, a new top, top, top experience. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
That's all life is.
I feel great. I
Yeah,
feel
because that's what it's all about. It's just that people get together and do some living.
that's
That's
right.
cool. Hey, it's nothing's more cool than that. That's why we're here.
Yep. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, what do we have to look forward to in the next 6 months? Have we looked far into the
No, I have not looked at the whole of the next 6 months. What
okay,
I've looked at is in terms of the full moon. But the reason being that solstice is really all about just the fact that it's the second half of the year and it's weighted, the two halves are equal and so forth, but it's the longest day of the year because there's more sun. It's the warm part of the year, you got sun longer. But
right?
other than that, it doesn't have a whole lot of other significance because our little things that happen are really tied up with the moon, and the full moon is definitely the moon that you've unleashed it. You said, "Here, I want you to go get this for me." Well, once you turn around and go away, it's off doing what your bidding was. And we're now at the part of the program where it comes back and says, hey, remember that so and so you asked me for? Well, how about this and this and this? Will that work? So that's what this part is about. And the sun is in Gemini, so we're talking and there's all kinds of Mercury conjunctions and stuff. But it's all about the mind and expanding your idea base. This is the time when the ideas you had last 2 weeks, these ideas are coming to fruition. They're trying hard to burst forth. Okay. And so when we're talking about Gemini and we're speaking on about it in terms of the sun and the moon, we're saying that your ability to think for yourself, the whole thing about your philosophical outlook, your way of approaching things, what do you believe, what kind of laws do you want for yourself, etc. It's all about the mind. What does the mind do? It sets the parameters for the rest of everything else you get. If we're creating our reality, we're doing it from the mind into the physical. It's got to come from spirit first. It's in the spiritual realm and pops into a mind that was made by spirit. So that's the physical realm. And then, bam, you try to get these things to be in your now. So it's that three-step process. So when things concern Mercury, they're important. And when they concern the moon, usually sun and moon is your two biggies. The sun is your ego, the moon is your emotions, but Mercury's the mind. And if you have ego and emotions and don't have a mind in control, you have a problem. I won't give any current references that I could bring up. But anyway, operating with no mind and lots of emotion.
We're not going to go there.
We're not going there, but but it's all about your balance. Now, truthfully, you were supposed to have been aware of the balance needed when you were first saying what your intentions were, because we're hoping you use the balance in saying what you want. You don't want just any old thing or everything. But as you honed in on that, now this is the part where you want to see it come forth. And so the mind is very important. And I have to think what the differences are in terms of globalness, because for us over here, we're talking first house and seventh house, and that's even eighth house. That's your personal self, your physical personal self. So there will be issues about how you think about your body and your physical, how you look physically, and you want to get that to come out the way you want it to be. So those issues are going to be at the forefront right now. And then the issues about your spouse, especially in a romantic sense, because that's the, eighth house is the sexual spouse, but then you've got seventh house is partnerships of any kind. So that's your boss, your maid, your child, well, not your child because that's fifth house, but people that you partner up with to do things.
Right.
These are the two edges, the two things that are opposite each other. Now, one of the cute things about the full moon is when you have two things across from each other on any circle, like the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock on the clock face, things that are opposite each other. Just remember, they look bright because all of a sudden now for 2 weeks, you're going to have a lot of offers for this and this and this. Think about this, do this, come over here and blah, blah, blah. So this stuff can manifest. But all that bright, beautiful, gaudy stuff that's saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. If you reach for one, you have to turn the other one loose. You can't reach all the way over to one without releasing your hand off the other one. You can't grab them both. So here's where the intellect comes in. Which manifestation did you really want? Out of all the stuff that comes up, be very mindful of the choices that you're making so that they don't wipe out other options. And as long as you remember that with the new moon, the two things are right close with each other. So it's all about have your mind all together about what we're going to ask for. But this is the part where it's gone out and pulled in some stuff for you to consider. So try not to be greedy. because you can't have both. Two ends of things. You'll get a lot of offers that come up that are actually opposing each other,
Hmm.
things that don't seem to match. So be aware of that. Don't try to grab it all.
Yeah. Make
Um,
smart choices. Be aware.
yeah, but it's all about the mind and emotions right now.
And I think last time we talked about taking a breath, right? When
Yes,
those things
yes,
come in, just stop, take a breath, think about it, and then make a decision.
yeah,
Or not.
or not.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I know that's confusing to some people. But you're telling us this and you're telling us how that goes, and you're supposed to be explaining. But the thing is, you can't do it wrong. But what about people that are evil? Define evil. It's a perspective thing. What's evil to me might be heaven to you, you know? And if I'm not the mother in the house, then what I want to see happen is kind of moot. It's all about the person who's in control is going to define what's good and bad. And you're reacting to it unless you're top dog, you see. So you can't define evil without admitting that you're not the end all be all. So then your view of it is a little bit skewed. No matter how clear it is, it's not everything, you know?
Well, yeah, and like you talked about months ago, about you're looking at one point, but there's a string and the opposite point is
Yes.
the opposite. And this whole dimension that we're in is all about that. It's all about the yin
Yes.
and the yang. Um, and you both pieces exist.
Yeah. When you're looking at a period, it's just the end of a long rod, a long line.
Mhm.
You're
That's
looking at
right.
the end of it. There's no such thing as just one tiny spot with no other dimension in
Hmm.
it. You know?
Right. Right. It's
Oh, we're
all a matter
learning.
of how you look at it. Perspective.
We're learning. Yeah.
We are, yeah. Audrey
Well,
says she sent a crying emoji by mistake. We won't hold that against you.
those are tears of joy.
That's right. You could have been laughing so hard they were just running down your cheeks.
And when she said it, here for me, it's 2222.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
1022. So in
Nice.
military time, I looked at the PC and it said 2222.
Nice. Very nice. Well, do we think that we're ready to do a quantum jump?
You
Does that
think?
sound ready? I think, and I want to definitely do some healing. Everybody seems to really love that part. So we'll we'll
Yeah.
we'll go deep, we'll do some healing, and then we are going to jump. And we'll talk about
Yeah.
that in the meditation. So Mickey and I are going to stop our video and mute, and I will see you on the other side. All righty?
You're here.
All right. So, what I would like for everyone to do right now is just relax. Get into a nice, relaxing position and close your eyes. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths together. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And again. And the first thing we're going to do is just relax our body. So, as I mentioned parts of the body, just focus on them. You can give each part a little bit of tension and then release that tension. All right? So let's start at the top of our heads, at our scalp. Release all the tension that's residing there in our eyebrows, our forehead, our eyes, and our eyelids. Release all the tension. Our cheeks, our nose, our lips. Part your jaw, separate your teeth just a little. releasing all pent-up energy in your jaw. Relax your neck. Relax your neck. Let all the energy just flow out of it. And your shoulders. We carry so much weight there. Just let them just be loose, and you can even wiggle them. Allow your shoulder blades to just melt down your back like butter. And your arms, your forearms, your wrists, and your fingers, your hands. Shake them out. Shake out that energy. Beautiful. Just relax. Now focus on your chest. Feeling your chest rise on the in-breath and fall on the out-breath. Rise on the in-breath. And now let all the tension go on the out-breath. And now focus on your back, your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, the whole spinal column. Just allow the energy to just drain all the way down your spinal column, releasing all tension in your back. And now your belly. Relax your belly area, your hips, your buttocks. Allow all the tensions to go around your hips. Women carry so much tension in this area. It's where we carried our children. Just relax right now. Let all tension go. And now your legs, your thighs, your knees. Oh, relax your knees. Let the tension flow out of them. This space allows you to move forward in life, so you want to make sure that your knees are relaxed. They're also strong. And now relax your calves, your shins, your ankles, your feet, your toes. You can even wiggle them. At this point, your entire body is relaxed. Now I would like for you to imagine this beautiful white light that is coming in through the top of your head, your crown chakra. And it is filling your head, reaching to your third eye, down further to your throat, down into your heart space, down reaching to your solar plexus, filling your whole torso area, down further to your sacral, finally reaching your root chakra, and just letting that energy flow all the way down through your feet to the earth. Now at this point, you are the conduit feeding the earth this beautiful universal energy. Smile to yourself, because this is a beautiful giving thing. Now, take a deep breath in and pull the earth energy up through your feet till it reaches your root chakra, your sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. And allow that energy to escape through your crown and go all the way up to the universe. And as it goes up to the universe, it is a beautiful rainbow of color. So now you have the white light coming down to the earth, and the earth energy mixing in your system, making the rainbow colors go up to the universe. This is the most relaxing thing that we can do. Feeling the energy flowing through us in an easy, beautiful, colorful way. I think now we are ready for that 3 to 1 count, going deeper and deeper within ourselves. So let's start that now. On each in-breath, I want you to say silently to yourself and visualize the number 3 times, and then 2, and then 1. Do it with me. In-breath. 3, 3, 3. And again, another in-breath. 2, 2, 2. And one more deep inhale. 1, 1, 1. And know that with each in-breath, you go deeper and deeper into your heart space. You now have a clearer, stronger, better frame of mind. You can say to yourself, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Now let's use our visualization again and see that we're at the top of a staircase. And there is a handrail to the right, and it's made of wood, and it's very smooth. And we're going to walk down these steps one by one, starting on the 10th step. 10, 9, 8, going deeper and deeper. 7, 6, 5, deeper and deeper. 4, 3, deeper and deeper. 2, and 1. You are now at the deepest level that you can be, and we are in our meditation room that's located within our heart space. Now we are going to go through the door to our healing room, our lab, our creation room. Our healing table is located in there. So let's all go in there, hop on your table. You can cover yourself with a blanket, put a pillow under your head, put a pillow under your knees, whatever makes you comfortable. And I would like for you to do this. And you may ask your higher self or your doppelganger to be with you and to assist you in this healing that we're going to go through. All right? So as we're very comfortable in this room and we know that we have water nearby, everything we need is here. You can use anything that is in your lab that you have created or you could create right now, whatever it is you need. If you need a warm healing cream to put on your body somewhere that might have an ache, or you may just need an aspirin or a Tylenol because you may have a headache, or you may just feel perfect, but you just would like a little more energy. Whatever it is that you need, this is the place for you to take it and heal yourself with it. Asking, of course, the angels, spirits, guides, beings of light, ascended masters, teachers, higher selves, to be with us and assist us in our healing. So I'm going to give all of us a few minutes to spend time healing our body, mind, and soul. Enjoy this part. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a sigh. The healing is so beautiful, being filled with beautiful white light, having our higher selves, our angels, work with us, knowing that the healing is taking place and will continue to take place long after we leave this journey. Now, when you're ready, sit up on this table, have a little drink of water. This helps us. It helps cleansing and grounding. And you might want to shake your hands out a little bit, maybe wiggle your toes and your feet. And when you think you're ready and steady, you can stand up and meet me in the meditation room, standing in front of the quantum door. And while you're getting ready to meet me there, I'll just let you know that we're going to create a sacred space in our quantum world. So our intention is that, and that when we get there, we will have everything we need. Everything will be laid out for us. We'll be able to choose the very best objects that we need to create this beautiful, healing, sacred space. All right. So everybody should be standing in front of your quantum door at this time, having that intention that everything you need is on the other side, and we're going to create a sacred space. All right? And we will be setting intentions for the next cycle. So I'm going to count to 3, and on the count of 3, the door is going to be opening. The door will open, and then you can step out into your quantum world. Ready? 1, 2. Door's starting to open, and 3. The door is open, and you can now step over into your quantum world. Now, this is a space that we have been to many times, and everybody's space looks a little different. So we're going to create a sacred space in this area. So you pick the space where you want it, and all your things will be waiting for you there. Now, it could be in a garden, it could be near a pond, it could be in the forest, it could be at a shore, it could be in a special room. It's entirely up to you where you're going to go. But let's all go to our special place where we're going to make a sacred space. All right, I'll give you a few moments for that. Okay, so everybody's in their area of their quantum world where they're going to make their sacred space. And of all the things that are in this area, I would like for you to choose a favorite crystal, a crystal that evokes feelings of strength, passion, fertility, prosperity, creativity, fire, or any other energy that you relate to the sun. Orange and yellow colored crystals work very well for this. So you can just look around and find the crystal that's going to work for you. Now we're going to build a sacred space out of orange, yellow, and red flowers. You can use fruit, vegetables, or herbs. So I want you to just gather a few of these from your area. Now, as you're gathering these things, I would like for you to place them in a circle, right? So like a mandala. So you're going to make a circle out of your flowers, fruits, vegetables, or herbs. You want to be using orange, yellow, and reds. Right? You can have cherries, apples. You can have sunflowers. Anything that you like, anything that you find. And you can make little designs, right? So think about this like a mandala. So you want to make the outer circle, or you can make an inner circle first and then build out. It's up to you. But I want you to leave the center empty. All right? Now nearby, there should be a small bowl of water. And I would like for you to have that close to your mandala, to your circle. It doesn't have to be inside of it. It could be. That is up to you as well. This bowl of water will help balance the energy. All right. Now, the crystal that you chose in the beginning, I would like you to place that over your heart. So either your heart space or your solar plexus area. And set your intentions. What energy do you want to bring in for the rest of the year? It's up to you what energy you want to bring into your world. Calm, peace, love, compassion, joy, happiness. It's entirely up to you what your intentions are. There are no rules of what intention you create. But because we're dealing with the energy of the sun, try to set an intention that is based on taking action. Now, with your crystal over your heart, say your intention out loud. Now, place your crystal in the center of your sacred space, of your mandala, and allow it to soak up the energy of the sun. And to help your intention to be received, spend the day, enjoy yourself, and bask in the warm, prosperous rays of the sun. Now, we did this in our quantum realm, but you know the steps to take now. And you can do this in your physical realm as well. You can do it outside in your yard, or you can do it in your home. You can actually even draw a picture of it. Anything you want to do, but you can do this in your physical reality, but you can also go and visit your quantum world anytime you wish. So just stand in front of your beautiful creation and admire the wonderful work that you've done. Your creation came from your thoughts, your intentions. I'm going to give you a few moments to just be here, soaking in the beautiful sun on this gorgeous solstice day. Beautiful. All those intentions that you set in your crystal will radiate for the rest of the year, sending you the intentions that you set, and know that your doppelgangers could also receive if they want to. So it's time to go back through the quantum door. So let's find our way back, step through the threshold back into the healing room, into our meditation room. And the door is closing behind us. The door is closed. And we're here in our meditation room, and we're just going to feel your body. You have gone through great healing. You have jumped into another quantum world, created a beautiful mandala, set intentions. Wow, this has been a lot of beautiful work. And you've done it. And congratulate yourself because you're successful. And you did it. Now, it is time to come back to the here and now. So I'm going to count to 5, from 1 to 5. And on the count of 5, you are going to open your eyes, be wide awake, feeling better than ever. Feeling like you had a wonderful nap, but remembering everything that happened. Are you ready? 1, 2. Coming out of this journey very nicely. 3, 4, and 5. Eyes wide open, wide awake, feeling wonderful all over. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey, creating our sacred space, our sacred mandala. Well, that was quite the journey, for sure. The peace and the love and the joy that I felt that is being created, and I just feel like it is just reverberating out everywhere, everywhere. I love it. All right. So does anybody want to share? Audrey, she said she was ready. I hope you enjoyed it, Audrey. Nikki, so everybody should probably grab a little bit of water, get yourself grounded. Oh, beautiful. Audrey said that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Audrey.
Hello.
Hi, Mickey.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
My battery.
Oh.
Of course. What? Hold on 1 second. There's another world heard from. Maddie is here. Okay, all right, battery. I did not realize my battery almost died during the meditation. It is on red. Well, all right. I guess that took quite a bit of energy.
Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, and
God, I've been so tired all day today. I feel great.
well, it helped me relax. I won't be up tonight with insomnia, that's for sure.
Well, I hope you can sleep.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will. That was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. You guys give me a reason to do this on a regular basis and to stretch my, I don't even know what it is, stretch my, it's not my imagination, but let my godhood out.
Oh, that's not praise.
That was that was a lot that I
Oh,
just said. I let my godhood out every now and then. Love it.
that's cute.
Whew. Ah, well, if anybody wants to share what their mandala or their sacred space was like, what you used, what crystal you chose, feel free, but you don't have to at all. Mine was a citrine. I love citrine, and citrine to me really means it's a manifesting for finances. So it I call it a money magnet. So citrine is a money magnet. Um, so that's what was in the center of mine.
Oh,
Oh, Audrey's did the same. So was hers.
yeah.
Beautiful. Nice.
Selenite wand.
Say, I didn't catch that, Mickey.
Mine was selenite,
Selenite. Nice.
a wand.
Nice. And whenever we choose these, they radiate and they never stop. I mean, these
Right.
crystals are what are they? Piezoelectric, is that the right word?
Piezoelectricity.
Yeah. So they continue to spread your intention for all eternity.
Yeah, never stops.
Yeah.
See, that's what makes you stop. It's supposed to make you stop and have a second thought about the stuff you're putting out your mouth because it goes on and on long after you said it.
It does.
And in the universe, there, you created the sound and put it out there. Now, whether that was nice that you were saying or not nice, it went on and on and on, and it's going to visit every one of your manifested probable self.
Right. Right. So be the best you can be, you know. Um, the peace, the love, the joy, the compassion, all of that good stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I hope it fills each one of your lives.
it will.
And with all of us together, I mean, just think about how many people, hundreds, thousands could listen to this. And as each person makes this radiating mandala, and they all join together. I mean, the frequencies touch each other, and how
Yeah,
strong they get. It's a big deal.
it's a lot to think about.
It is. It is. But we're good people. We're doing good work, and I'm so happy.
This is nice stuff to fill the gaps when you're sitting somewhere and you're waiting for something and you've got time in your own head. Just there. So for a couple of minutes, think of something that gave you joy. Remember a experience or a place you went and just suddenly flash back on, oh yeah, that's that time when such and such. And your whole inside start to smile
It does.
with the memories of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I remember a couple of months ago, Mickey gave everybody a charge to leave a quarter, a dime, a dollar, whatever, somewhere,
Yeah,
and
has
let
anybody
somebody
tried it?
find it, right? What, just imagine how happy you made somebody that day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. That's something that's ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do it every day, but I do it as soon as I think of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yep.
do it. One
Yep.
guy came to the house to bring a takeout, and when he got ready to go, I handed him, I said, "Do you have a fiver?" He said, "Oh, it's paid for." I says, "I know, but I want to hand you this tenner. So give me the fiver so you have $5 tip, £5, you know." He
Uh-huh.
said, "Really, are you sure?" I said, "You're too surprised about this. I think I better just give you the whole 10." "What? You'll
I'll
make
bet
it?" I
I'll bet
says,
his eyes were as big as saucers.
"But he'll never forget it."
He won't. And you made his day, and who knows? Maybe you made such a difference in his life.
I have no idea, but I have the sneaking suspicion that it was a big deal because
Yeah.
he said, well, if you don't mind waiting a second, I can go to the car and get a five." And when he came back, he had a handful of change, tiny change, 10 cent, 5 cent, pennies, trying to make up the $5 to get £5 to give back to me so he could get a five. So when I saw the change, I says, "No, you keep the whole thing." They, "Oh, really?"
Wow. That's
And it
lovely.
wasn't even his job that night. He had accepted being nice to someone. He took a call that someone else couldn't do right then and said, "Would you make this delivery for me?" He says, "Okay."
See what I said before about when you give, you get back more?
He will never forget
I love it, Nikki. Thank you for sharing that.
that.
Ah. Well, it is 2 minutes to 6 here.
Oh,
I know
okay.
we've been on an hour and a half, which is
That's cool.
pretty
Yeah.
customary. That seems to
Not
be
bad.
our normal. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Enjoyed it.
So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of solstice. But whether it was nighttime or raining or sunny or whatever, in our quantum world, the sun was shining.
And good night to Audrey's family. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us,
Yeah.
letting us share in the experience you're having with each other. That's cool.
It
That's
is
so,
beautiful. And
yeah.
and I saw that Audrey didn't have to do the dishes herself either. She
Oh,
had she
right.
had help so that she could do the journey.
That's nice.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome. Oh,
Oh,
that's
well,
so awesome.
don't forget tomorrow night. Put your crystals out in the full moon. That
Yeah,
will recharge them.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it's all good.
it is.
I love you guys. Mickey, you are right there. I love you, girl.
Yeah, you're my heartbeat.
All right. We will see you in about 2 weeks for the new moon.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Bye.
See your way through the next 2 weeks.
Take care. Bye bye.